Alright guys, I don't know how to say it, but Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League is as dead as it could possibly get. I mean, there might be a little bit of life left in it to squeeze out at this point, but this game has flopped. It has flopped long and hard. It is essentially dead in the water as we speak. The player base continues to dwindle. In fact, I believe they've already announced that they're going to be cutting service to this game by the end of next year, so look for it, at some point at 2025, they're not going to be issuing any updates or anything else for this game. It was initially released to, mixed reviews. Some people enjoyed the game. Some people said that the gameplay was fun. Others said the gameplay sucked. And overall, the majority of people are not happy with how they treated the legacy characters like Batman and Superman, where you had, some of the members of the Suicide Squad pissing on their corpses. It was just a slap in the face to a lot of gamers, especially people who are fans of the Arkham series. And, then of course you have the connection to Sweet Baby Inc., and here we are now. But before we continue, make sure you check out the website minimaleffort.shop. We have got merch, we have got news, we've got all of our videos linked on there, so make sure to check us out. And of course, check out MetaPCs down in the link below. So now we've got Paul Tassi over at Forbes, shilling as hard as he can. He is the shilliest of the shills, trying to help this game, help Rocksteady and Sweet Baby Inc. save face by promoting this game, saying it may be time to actually buy Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Yes, because now that they've announced that there's going to be, all the service is going to end for this game at some point in the near future, now's the time to waste your money on it. Well, he points out that apparently it's only $20 right now because of the Steam summer sale going on. But again, I personally can think of a half dozen different games that I would rather spend my money on, and you could probably pick up 2 or 3 of those games for about $20 combined. So honestly, I don't know who wants to waste their money on this dog crap game. But hey, if you want to spend money on it just to kind of see what it's, all the talk is about, that's your money. You go ahead and do that. I do find it funny, though, doing some research on it, and I discovered today that apparently J.P. Karlaiak, the individual who did the voice of Morph, the non-binary X-Men character on X-Men 97, who actually had a crush on Wolverine, as it turned out, actually does the voice in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League for Joker, the upcoming Season 1 DLC playable character that you can get. Now, the reason that this is worth bringing up is because I've done research on J.P. Karlaiak before, back when I was writing for Fandom Pulse, and this is an individual who actually is advocating and has a activist agency to plug in queer and non-binary people into queer and non-binary voice acting roles. Now, it used to be that you could just have a voice acting role and didn't matter what you looked like, what your proclivities were, what was between your legs. That didn't matter. You just did a job. You took a gig, you did a voice acting job, you got paid for it. Oh no, now you have to have voice acting for non-binary characters voiced by non-binary people in real life. Ironically, a lot of people have been making a lot of assumptions about the Joker character and how he almost seems kind of gay in this Suicide Squad DLC. Given the fact that this is the person doing his voicing and Sweet Baby Inc. is involved, that would not shock me if they actually turn Joker into a, let's just say, LGBTQ character, something that we know that Sweet Baby Inc. loves to do. So now we have another studio back at the beginning of June, client of Sweet Baby Inc., Avalanche Studios, that ended up laying off nearly 10% of their staff between their New York and Montreal locations due to the fact that people rejected their games. Again, this game Contraband, which I have never even seen gameplay from, but is again listed on Sweet Baby Inc.'s website as a game that they were sensitivity readers for. Shadow Gambit, another game that caused Studio Mimimi, it's a weird name, it's a really hard one for me to pronounce, Mimimi or Mimimi, I don't know. Well, that got that studio shut down either way. Shadow Gambit's another one of these games that looks like DEI got thrown up all over it. The characters look horrifyingly awful. And of course, the studio is also shut down. Now we're even seeing pressure from Square Enix shareholders pressing the company president about their relationship with Sweet Baby Inc. and basically not getting a response. Well, and the response was kind of concerning too, because the president essentially said, well, I don't want to say about who we're working with specifically, but we do want to make products that are enjoyable and safe for all of our customers. I'm not sure what safe means, okay? Safe for modern audiences or safe for the majority? Who knows? But now we're starting to see this hit the mainstream. The normies are actually starting to pay attention to Sweet Baby Inc. and their involvement. And that's where we are today with Tales of Kenzera Zhao. And I actually covered this morning on our website, and that Park Place picked it up and they gave me a shout out in the article. So we're going to use their article. They did a better job breaking down all this information. So shout out to them. Appreciate them for, plugging me on the article. But yes, Sweet Baby Inc. influenced Tales of Kenzera Zhao developer begins laying off employees despite previously claiming that the boycott did not crush the game. Now, what's funny about this is Bubar Saleim, the actor and president CEO of this company, of Surgent Studios, recently came out against Vera Dark, the YouTuber who volunteered to fight Alyssa Mercante when she wanted to beat up everybody. He came out at Vera Dark when she was threatened recently and actually produced multiple screenshots of people threatening her life, saying, "Where were you when I was being threatened?" And she, of course, responded and said, "Hey, none of us have called for you guys to be threatened. I even said your game looked good. What's all this hate, you know?" But of course, Bubar Saleim couldn't help but go after the anti-Sweet Baby Inc. YouTubers, all of us who have been covering this gigantic drama that's been developing in the last few months. Well, there's a reason for that. Bubar Saleim was formerly connected to Kim Belair and David Bedard over at Sweet Baby Inc. in a company called, I believe it was Baby Sucre, Sugar Baby. And ironically, even last month, Bubar Saleim tried to salvage this game with a couple of videos he released in June, basically saying, this game was never meant to be divisive, and it's not supposed to be, for a small group of people. It's supposed to be for everybody, and this is just my own personal experience. And if that was all true, I have no problem with it. Look, the game might not have mass appeal, but if you want to release a game that's for everybody or for a specific group of people and you believe you have a customer base, more power to you. The problem is people online on Twitter were going, "Oh, I'm going to buy 10 copies of this game to own the chuds. I'm going to gift 20 copies of it to own the chuds." Didn't happen. Nobody is actually playing this game. That's just the reality. The fact of the matter is there's currently like 10 people on the game right now as we speak, and it never hit a peak of more than 287 people on Steam. And now we are seeing multiple people. They're announcing that up to a dozen people at the studio are all losing their jobs. And of course, you can see here in the article, they link the Steam chart where it had a peak, an all-time peak 2 months ago of 287 people on Steam. Absolutely embarrassing for this studio. In fact, they released this statement earlier today saying, "Unfortunately, Surgent has joined the growing number of game studios impacted by layoffs this year with just over a dozen people affected. It's a difficult time in the games industry, but we remain incredibly proud of our entire team's work on ZOW and the praise it has received from critics and players alike. Our focus now is on supporting those affected, continuing our work on ZOW, and looking to the future with our next creative projects." Yeah, newsflash, you're probably not going to have a next project, given the way that the current AAA industry is going. And remember, this is not just a small studio. They are connected to Electronic Arts, so they have big funding, they've got big backing. There are plenty of other ways to get funding, given the fact that they are more of a DEI type studio. But of course, you can see in the replies, everybody dunking on them, saying, we feel bad for the developers. But when it comes down to it, you decided to be saddled to Sweet Baby Inc., to Kim Belair. You were in business with her. You guys had a company together that he only recently was ousted from, it looks like, back in March. So again, this is just the consequences of actions, as we are always told. So I'll be curious what you guys think about all this. Is this a win? Is this just a sign that woke is on its way out? Either way, I hope you guys are appreciating the coverage on this. If you feel like I've earned it, maybe smash that join button. We've got memberships for as little as $3 a month. It goes a long way to support the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the coverage on all this, and I will catch you later. All right, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being here. I do have 2 channels, Minimal Effort Podcast, as well as my gaming channel. I do have a Twitch and Kick for my gaming channel. We do live streams over there occasionally, maybe once a week. And then if you are in the market for a new PC, make sure to check out Meta PCs. Click the link I have down below. Use code TBO at checkout for a special discount. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.